Welcome to Eggy's Planet. So I just launched a new collection in my shop, and this video is mainly just prep and thoughts as I try to navigate this very difficult January. Very realistic and very transparent as always. This is the reality of running a small business with barely any audience, and I hope you enjoy. So my notepads came. I don't know how I feel already. Let me not be negative. You know what? They're gonna be perfect. Even though I didn't get a sample because I wanted to have it come quickly. Everything's going to be perfectly exactly how I want it, same colour, everything. Let's see, this is my first dabble into stationery. Hopefully it's okay, not bad. So my notepads came. They're actually bigger than I thought. I don't know why I thought they'd be much smaller. I'm trying to think what packaging I have fits this, but have a look. I have this Darling Moss, Reaching for the Stars, and I decided to do a format where you can have almost kind of like a checklist in a way, and you can tick these stars over here, how many I'm going to keep for myself and end up using. I have a bad habit of using my own stock, I really do. Paper quality is really good, decent thickness, but I'm actually more happy that I'm happy with it because I'm such a perfectionist. I thought I'd be on camera and my face would just fall and it'd just be caught on camera and me just but they're actually pretty good. Yeah, my first dabble into stationery. So much more to come. I literally want to go crazy when it comes to stationery. As soon as I have the funds, yeah. That's all I have to say, yeah. So as I'm editing this vlog, I'm seeing myself visibly lose energy and enthusiasm. So I just wanted to address that. January was really hard for me and a lot of things started going wrong. I started having skin issues, probably from stress, and just, if you notice that I'm very low energy, I'm a bit twitchy, that is probably why. And I think around this time was the start of my enthusiasm and my mood kind of plummeting as January went on. Something's actually so bad right now. I debated whether I wanted to keep all of this in, but then I decided let me just keep it real and show this side of being a small business as well. I feel like I look especially ill and crusty today. Long story short, I have a lot of shop preparation to do. I was supposed to have launched my Sweet Dream Star collection earlier in January, but January has felt very weird to me and I am kind of fighting the January blues. Just a lot of things going wrong, feeling really demotivated, and I'm struggling to be productive, and that's why my launch has been pushed back so much. But I literally have to launch this month whether I like it or not, because that's just the reality of being a very small business, especially a pretty new one without a big audience. I can't afford to keep my shop closed, and honestly, if it was up to me, I would be doing my Sweet Dream Star collection in March, just because I think in my head I wanted it to be much bigger than it actually is. Right now I feel like I'm rushing a bit. I feel like I wasn't able to do exactly what I wanted to do when I first thought of it. So in my head I'm just I'm gonna spin back. Give me a few years, I'm gonna revisit this whole concept. But I do have a bunch of stuff, I just haven't been able to promote it. I know I'm not going to have time to promote it if I am planning on launching this month. It's already the 25th of January. Today what I need to do is print a bunch of sticker sheets. Between today and tomorrow, depending on how long it takes me to do stuff and if the lighting, the natural lighting goes, it's really quite dim, but it's not as bad as it could be. I'm going to be taking some product pictures. I have to open my shop. My shop has been closed for more than a month now. I closed before Christmas. I didn't do any Black Friday stuff, so it's financially I'm close to ruin, even though I'm not really feeling great in every capacity, physically, mentally. And I know it's don't push yourself, you need to take breaks, but I cannot financially afford to take breaks. So even today, I've been up since 4 a.m. I've had so much to do. I had to file my taxes. If you're in the UK, it's due end of this month. So I just need to get that out of the way because I've been procrastinating when it comes to that. So that's done. I've been awake since 4 and I submitted it 7ish. And then I just went to the post office to collect my Patreon postcards, and I came back with only one of 2 packages, I suppose, because it's just frustrating and complicated. Basically, I guess I wasn't in when they delivered it. I think I was in and they didn't knock, but I'm not trying to argue with them. So I'm thinking, okay, let me just sort out a redelivery then. A day or 2 after they come back to drop the leaflet only, not to redeliver it, but just to drop the leaflet and say, actually, it's at your post office. I was like, okay, let me go to my post office then and collect it. I go to my post office and I say, well, actually, only one of them is there because you did a redelivery. And that's true, but it's like, I wouldn't have done that if I'd known it was just around the corner. Usually they opt for like, okay, redelivery automatically. They'll try again the next day. Or they like give it to my neighbours or something. They don't immediately go to like a post office and leave it there for me to go and collect. I only have literally one person to send a postcard to. And I know I've been like focusing mostly on my sticker club because I feel like that's maybe more appealing to people. But me personally, I really do enjoy my postcards. And I felt like having a functional postcard where you can also actually use it with the writing on the back would be appealing. But since September, when I launched Patreon, I've only had one person to send the postcard to, so it's like, it's not a big rush or anything. I really do wish I had more people to send it to, but like, let me even check which one this is. The things I need to do still, I need to send my December Patreon stuff this month, and then ideally January stuff will be sent in February, but I wanted to have them both so I can just send them at the same time and just like save on delivery costs, because at the moment, even like right now, I'm spending more on Patreon than I'm making, which isn't very cost effective and very like smart. But I really wanted to give like people who support me like the best that I can. There was one month, I think October, where I made like some stickers and I just wasn't happy with them. And I think about it all the time, like, this is why I be giving freebies and bonuses when I can, because that one time in October where I kind of rushed this like eggy sticker, I felt really bad, even though I don't want to order postcards from these people anymore. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think I do. I feel like the way they package it is so like, they just put it in like raw, like no business card, no nothing. What is going on? Just because I made a small order, you don't respect me or what? On the edges, this is not good promo for my Patreon. Like, let me see, if they gave me more, that's usually my criteria. If they gave me a few more, then it's okay if a couple of them are not like perfect. 1, 2, 13. Okay, I'm gonna shut up then. They gave me a few extras, so the ones that are not perfect, I'll let it slide. But it's like, please. Please. This is why, like, to me, shopping from small businesses is so special, because even if you don't have the money for like all the branding and things like that, just like a handwritten note or like some sort of personalization means so much, like, as a customer to receive. I'm just a bit shocked because it's not usually like this. I think because I ordered a lot less. Usually I order about 30, even though I only have one person to send it to, just because it was more cost effective and I thought that my postcard club would grow over time. But it didn't grow, it's not growing, so I decided to do the non-cost effective way and hope that eventually my print club does grow. Ignore like the little flyaway pieces of paper. It's overall pretty good, and then it's functional. I just have so many that are piling up every single month because my print club hasn't grown. So I decided, let me just order no more than 10. 10 is the minimum amount. I was ordering 30 because it's way more cost effective to order 30, but like, how many am I gonna have? Hundreds. So it's like, let me just order 10 each time, and then when I launch my secret Patreon shop, I'm just gonna put the rest up. But right now I cannot afford to like waste any money. Like, I'm being really careful when it comes to money now, especially with Eggy's Planet, because I feel like I spent more than I made. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. On the bright side, I did finish my Sweet Dream Stars. Again, it's one of those things where I was like, initially I had really big dreams. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make this a whole collection. People are gonna be like, yeah, I love this. I think one of my worst character flaws is that I have to feel the excitement in order to like thrive, in order to be really productive. I don't know how to explain it. It's like, when it comes to polymer clay, after making a few charms, I'm satisfied. Like, I'm good. My little therapeutic session of making clay stuff, I'm happy after making 2. So it's like, if I'm supposed to make many, I have to feel that people want them. And it really kind of encourages me to like make more. I didn't intend to be like a polymer clay artist predominantly. It's just something I wanted to do as part of like being creative again, trying to find that motivation and inspiration. I feel like the reality of having a small business is hitting me now more than a few months ago when I was launching. When I was launching, everything was so exciting, and I'm still excited in things, but it's like the realization that, oh, okay, you have to make some money now, because you can't just sit and draw your characters all day. You can't actually sit down and learn to animate, because you actually need to make money so that you have a roof over your head. You cannot be animated under a bridge, babes. That's where I'm at right now. I have to drop everything to try and do this shop launch. Where I'm at now is it's different, and I'm kind of like really envious of people who are doing like the small business thing for the first time. It's a different vibe for me because I've kind of done this all before. A lot of things I'm trying to achieve with Eggy's Planet, I've already done like 3-4 years ago. Feels like the novelty is gone. Like I'm slowly trying to grow my social media. Everything is really slow, and I'm starting to think, is it just gonna end up the same way? I haven't had a TikTok do well in months. Instagram, I'm getting less engagement than ever. And I'm really thankful for the people who come from YouTube to go and follow my Instagram. Even though it's been really, really slow overall, it's making me feel like, okay, the one thing I'm doing differently this time around is YouTube, and it's hopefully gonna one day pay off. Like I'm not monetized or anything yet, but I'm getting closer to it. I'm just in a very low mood, and it makes me feel like I don't want to come into YouTube and bring that to you. Even though it's like, okay, that's me being real. I don't want to be like all the time like, oh my god, woe is me, I hate it here. I feel like I need to go and watch my third videos and internalize that feeling of this is so different, and eventually I'm going to find my audience and I'm going to find people who want to buy my art. I'm already feeling like I wish I had just started this from the very beginning. And it's not that I regret my first small business, like it didn't even occur to me until then to even do art for a living, so I could never regret it. But it's just that there's this sense of disillusionment that comes with having a small business that has failed, even after you did everything that you're told you're supposed to do. Like I grew a following. The amount of money I made in one day one time, I was like, yeah, full time, I can do this shit, like easy. That didn't last forever though, and that was where my mistake was. We'll see how my Sweet Dream Star collection goes. As of right now, I know a big part of small business, which is what I kind of failed with the first time, is the marketing part, and I've never been good at marketing. I just hope people watch my videos and see what I do and like it. Me trying to sell things, I don't know why I feel so cringe when I do it. Like even when I try to promote my Patreon, I feel like I'm so annoying. So it's like I want to really outgrow that feeling of being annoying. I want to feel like, okay, everybody here at least kind of enjoys what I'm providing, so it's not like a big nuisance to say, hey, check this out. This box is getting a bit heavy, it's getting a bit full. All this clay stuff here, until I can sell these, I don't think I'll be making more. But like, is this not pretty cute? They look sweet. I can't really focus. The main attraction is that they glow really nicely. We got these guys. I feel like I'm gonna do most of my promotion once my shop is open. I just don't have the energy. I'm running on like caffeine right now. I've been awake since 4 AM and I look like I've been awake since 4 AM. Yeah, let's get on with it. Hello my loves. It is now past midnight I think, and I figured this is the perfect time to show you my Sweet Dream Stars in its full glory since it's nighttime. Me personally, I'm obsessed. Oh. In the sculpt with me, completely different glow. I changed it up. Now it glows from the inside. Okay, we don't need to charge it more. But look at this. Is this not so cool? This is exactly the glow I wanted. Transparency always. The glow does not last very long. And it's a sacrifice that I had to make. I'd rather have a yellow star that glows for a short amount of time than a green star that glows all night. But these do glow quite intensely for a short while. And I think that is... Oh, see, my tripod is on my bed. I think that's good enough. I feel like there's still magic in them when you look at them and they glow, even momentarily. I think that is actually kind of sweet, in a way. Sweet Dream Stars. Like, it may not glow forever, but the fact that it glowed in that moment is beautiful enough. And that glow can come back. It is another new day, and it's actually Tuesday, the 20-something of January, the 28th of January. And I'm by my window. You're gonna hear sirens and cars and God knows what, but I need to get on with things and I can't be focused too much on the camera and recording and audio and all that stuff. So on today's agenda, I'm just gonna prepare all the stuff that I need to take pictures of, and I'm gonna talk about my concert experience and what I thought about seeing 80s. Thank you to my Cricut machine. Thank you so much to my Cricut machine for messing up so many sticker sheets. So I have a bunch of like random hand cut stickers that I'm going to add to Oops packs. So I went to see 80s and they were so amazing as performers, like brilliant, honestly so good. I just would say it was overall my worst concert experience, and that has nothing to do with 80s as performers. They were great. I was just completely out of it. Like I was blacking out for most of the time. And I've never had that experience before. And it's so funny because the things that I thought would be an issue, like me making friends online and things like that, was not an issue, like in the slightest. And I guess that's just how social anxiety with me tends to work. Even though in the actual situations I'm okay, I have that feeling of anxiety just before like any social interaction, and also afterwards. I feel I talk to like 100 people. I don't know what happens to me. I think it's like this false extroversion that I tend to do sometimes. I just happened to be sitting next to people who were also there by themselves. I already had like, I guess, a friend group that I could hang around with during the long waiting time. Basically, I made the mistake of panicking and getting a VIP ticket, which meant I was there before 9 AM, even though the concert starts at like 7:30. Never again, you guys. Like, it wasn't the best VIP ticket. I wasn't expecting to get barricade. I don't care, like that's fine. I didn't really want barricade in the first place. I just wanted a good view so I can see the performance. And let me not even say what I feel. I just think these companies are so greedy. The last thing I want is to waste the money I paid on my ticket. So yeah, I decided to leave before 9 AM. A lot of people already there. And as I was walking down the steps of my flat, someone was like one flight above me. The way I stacked it, the way I fell, excuse my language, but I literally yelled, fuck. I literally yelled. I fell on my ass, and this is just me going down to get to the bus so I can get to the venue. But it could have been worse because I was wearing like my Demonia boots, which are like 5-6 inches. I immediately got up like nothing happened because nobody saw. I have this thing, if you pretend that you're seriously hurt, people will not laugh. And some people don't care about being laughed at when they fall over, but sometimes you can see like the pain in people's eyes when they're trying to laugh it off, which is for me worse. I just stay completely still for a moment when I fall, or just pretend nothing happened. I immediately got up because I didn't want the person on the flight above to like see me on my ass, so I got up and started like walking super fast to the bus. I think some of the best parts of it were the parts where I was just chilling with the people I had met and making small talk and conversation with people in line. Like, I spoke to a lot of people. One of the worst moments of the day for me was when I'm sitting in the queue. I'm wearing my thermal tights and my dress, which is black, thankfully, and someone behind me left an open bottle of Coke directly behind me. It was not there when I was sitting down. Maybe someone else had knocked over, because I wouldn't know if I knocked the Coke bottle onto myself. And it spilled almost to my mid-thigh, and I didn't know. I didn't know because I was wearing like thermal tights. I didn't feel the wetness. At that point, I'd been there for like several hours already, and I was very overstimulated. I was understandably pretty upset about the Coke incident, because if it was a matter of someone saying, I'm so sorry, literally, I didn't realise I left it there. No worries, it happens. But nobody wanted to own up. So I was like, whose Coke bottle is this? And nobody wanted to say who. So I'm there like a little bit upset, not gonna lie to you. I think everybody could tell I was upset because like 5 people lent me like pocket tissues to start drying myself off, and I finished them all. That was how wet I was. I could squeeze my skirt like this and Coke would come out. Like, it was that bad. I don't know if people are interested, but I have to get off my chest. My feet are killing me before the concert has even started because I did so much walking around. At that point, I was just so... I didn't even know if it's exhaustion. My feet were killing me. My feet has never hurt me more in my entire life. Soundcheck came, great experience, but way too many people, in my humble opinion. So yeah, my feet are killing me, but I'm having a good time. Soundcheck was really good. But then after soundcheck, you have to wait like an hour before the concert starts. And that hour was like... hell. Anyways, where was I? My feet were killing me. And it's not just, oh, it hurts. It's more so that I was struggling to stand on 2 feet. Everybody had filled up their seats, the concert had started, and I was starting to panic because I was feeling really faint. I was starting to see black spots and feel really dizzy, and I was trying to enjoy the show as much as possible and sing along, but anytime I scream, I felt like really dizzy and lightheaded. I was really struggling to focus on the show. It wasn't like, oh, I didn't eat or anything. I ate. I wouldn't say I was hydrated because I was in the worst place in the crowd. Basically, sometimes the staff will send cups of water from the front. The people in front of me were receiving the cups of water, and it wouldn't go further than the first couple of rows. Like, people would pass it back, but it would never go far enough back to reach me. So I was like really dizzy, and I kept saying like, girl, I'm gonna faint. Like, I'm about to faint. I'm literally every like 20 minutes I'm kneeling down and my eyes are closing, and as I was like feeling dizzy and fainting, like literally close to fainting. I think it's just the willpower. There goes a siren. And this kind of links into what I'm trying to say about like being embarrassed publicly. I do not like to cause a scene. So I thought about me fainting in the middle of the concert and having to be carried out in the middle of the crowd by security guards, and the willpower of not wanting to be embarrassed by that stopped me from fainting. I mean, so for real. The whole time I was thinking about how embarrassing it's going to be. And it's the same sort of situation I always say, like I was laughing with like my friend who gets like my humor. I don't mean it in any kind of way, but if something was happening and I had to call like an ambulance, I will use my last breath to tell them to turn off the sirens and please come quietly. Like, do you know how embarrassing that is? Everybody knowing that I had a heart attack. Like, please, can you come without the lights and without the siren? Please. I was literally seeing stars and seeing black spots and seeing birds flying around my head. You know, like when people get knocked out in cartoons and are dizzy? That's what I was seeing. I wasn't seeing any 80s for like half the concert. I decided, yeah, I have to take my shoes off. So everybody's like listening to the concert. I'm bending down, like trying to bend down. I tried to do it during the intermissions, just lower my zip because they're like knee-high boots. So unzip them little by little until it got to the point I just stepped out of them. And I went from like 5'10", 5'11" to like 5'4". I was at the point I was like, I can't do this. I had 30 minutes left or 45 minutes left of the show. I moved completely from like the extended stage area and I went all the way to the back of standing. It's better to take a lot of product pictures and just pick the best one than just take one and feel like it's really bad. I wasn't able to experience most of the concert because of this. Like, I was literally completely out of it, trying to like stay conscious. Mind you, I'm never doing this again. Never. If I'm gonna go to concert, I'm going seated. So yeah, I think 80s was so good from what I was able to be conscious for. That was my concert experience. I don't even know what I've been doing on camera while I've been doing this. Hopefully I've been taking decent pictures. I'm going to find out later on when I'm doing my listings. For me, I'm just thinking, I just want to open my shop with the products and I'll work on promoting once I'm opened. Honestly, most of my orders came from when I was opened, of course. But what I mean is, I had been promoting my shop launch, and I think on my shop launch day I got 4 orders, but like a bigger influx of orders came when I had already been open and I was promoting. I'm just gonna look at it like that and hope that once I am open I can kind of get everything going. I think these are some of my favorite panels, so I wanted to make a print of either this or this if I have the ink left. I don't know if I should use that ink to make more sticker sheets. So I'm printing my prints that I mentioned earlier that I want to put up. I'm opening my cartridge as normal and it literally like explodes all over my hands and I don't even know how to get it off. This has never happened. What is going on with January? January has been so unlucky for me. I know this is minor, this is a minor thing, but little things like this that have never happened before keep on happening. I talk too much. So as of right now, my shop just opened. I did actually have a couple patrons participate in early access, so shout out to my patrons. I've been busy packing some of the mail that I need to send off like today. But yeah, if you see anything that you like in this video, then definitely check out my shop. I know I've been a bit of a Debbie Downer, but if your January has been anything like mine, I really hope February is much kinder to us. At some point, I'm going to make a video talking about how this collection went. So if you would like to see if Eggy's Planet makes any progress, then be sure to subscribe. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. As always, I love comments, so feel free to leave any comments you'd like. And until next time.